The starting line is exactly the same for everyone. Every person is given the same choice. One door feels safe, the other asks you to become someone you've never been. The people you admire weren't born fearless. Their heart races, their hands shake. They hear the same voice telling them to turn around. The difference isn't courage, it's where they walk when fear shows up. Most people quietly return to comfort. They tell themselves they're just being realistic. But comfort has a strange price. It keeps you warm today while stealing tomorrow. Something fascinating happens inside the mind. The moment you dream big, your brain doesn't celebrate, it panics. Your body prepares for danger. Your heart beats faster. Your nervous system isn't trying to destroy your dream, it's trying to protect you from uncertainty. So without even noticing, you begin making the dream smaller. Maybe you lower your standards. Maybe you tell yourself it wasn't that important anyway. And suddenly, life feels easier, less risk, less fear, but also less possibility. Years later, someone else builds the life you once imagined. You watch from a distance, wondering how they did it. It's comforting to call it luck, destiny, a lucky break, because believing that protects you from a much harder truth. What if they weren't special? What if they simply kept walking while everyone else turned back? That's the question most people never allow themselves to ask. And this is where everything changes. Because the people who eventually become doers don't wait for fear to disappear. They walk toward it anyway. So what separates the people who actually cross over? It isn't confidence, it isn't talent. It begins with one decision. The frozen mind asks, "What if I fail?" The growing mind asks a completely different question. How do I know it won't work unless I try? Even if the chance is only 0.1%, that possibility is enough to take one step. That tiny shift changes everything. Fear is no longer the decision maker. Curiosity quietly takes its place. The goal isn't to eliminate fear. The goal is to stop treating fear like a stop sign. When you become curious, your mind stops searching for reasons to quit and starts searching for ways to continue. Fear doesn't disappear. It simply walks behind you instead of standing in front of you. And that's how ordinary people become extraordinary. They carry fear into the arena instead of waiting outside for courage. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. Before success becomes visible, there is a season that feels completely invisible. The late nights, the quiet tears, the moments when nobody claps because nobody even knows you're fighting. You begin wondering if you've completely lost your way. You question every decision that brought you here. And then something unexpected happens. One day, you quietly realize there is no going back. You've already become someone different. This is the phase almost nobody prepares you for. The silence, the isolation, the feeling that the world has forgotten you. But maybe isolation isn't punishment at all. Maybe it's a cocoon, a place where the old version of you quietly falls apart. You begin letting go of things you once believed defined you. Approval, comfort, certainty. One by one, they lose their grip. Outside, it looks like nothing is happening. Inside, everything is changing. Your foundation is being rebuilt where nobody can see it. Months pass, sometimes years. The results have still not arrived, but the person waiting for those results is no longer the same person who started. Some people may think you've lost your mind. They only see what you've given up. They never see what you're becoming. Real transformation isn't built with motivation. It's built brick by brick through ordinary days that nobody applauds. And one morning, almost without realizing it, you discover something surprising. You no longer need success to believe in yourself. You remember the moment you almost turned back. The fire that once terrified you became the place that forged you. By the time the world finally notices your progress, they won't understand what truly changed, because the biggest transformation happened where nobody was watching. If you know the exact temperature of that isolation, if you've sat alone while your soul refused to give up, keep going. The cocoon is never the end of the story. It's the chapter right before everything begins. If this message found you at the right time, subscribe and let's keep walking through the fire together.